In the film 2001: A Space Odyssey, the HAL 9000 computer with artificial intelligence was able to read the lips of astronauts when they said they wanted to turn it off. Artificial intelligence got ahead of the astronauts and ejected them out into open space to their certain death. That was exactly how the director, Stanley Kubrick, envisioned the future back in 1968. However, the future has already arrived, and modern artificial intelligence can do such things that the best science fiction writers of the past decades could not imagine even in their wildest fantasies. What is artificial intelligence really capable of? And should we be afraid of a machine revolt? While the robot from Kubrick's film could read lips, modern artificial intelligence is able to read thoughts. In 2017, Chinese scientist Zhongming Liu, along with his colleagues, placed 3 volunteers inside a tomograph. Then they showed them small videos and recorded the reactions of their brain. Then they downloaded the tomography data into a convolutional neural network, or CNN, so that the AI could learn how to recognize the connections between specific visual models and brain reactions. From the images of the tomograph, trained artificial intelligence was able to guess what a person was thinking by using the brain scan. It's worth noting that the neural network decrypted only some images. More precisely, 1 category of objects out of 15, but with a success rate of more than 50%. Then, just 1 year later, the capabilities of artificial intelligence improved. A professor at Columbia University named Nima Mesgarani managed to train the neural network to translate thoughts into words. True, this time not from pictures, but directly from the brain. Scientists placed electrodes in the cerebral cortex of 5 volunteers. For 30 minutes, various texts were read to them, and the activity of their brain neurons was recorded. This was sufficient for the neural network to be able to translate thoughts into words with 75% accuracy. Given this pace, we should expect that in the future, we'll need to protect not only our electronic data from hacking by scammers, but also our own brains. Of course, artificial intelligence is already being used to combat these scammers, and not for the capture of criminals, but rather to troll them. NetSafe's New Zealand programmers developed an artificial intelligence bot that was trained to trick scammers, but not for the sake of a joke. Rather, in order to distract the attackers from real victims, spending their time communicating to a computer that they're fooled into thinking is a real person. However, artificial intelligence is used for more serious purposes in most cases. For example, to create new materials yet unknown to humanity. One professor at the University of California thought it would be nice to create a flexible material that would allow compressing voluminous things, like a bicycle, and folding them to be placed in your pocket. Since such a material does not exist, scientists decided that artificial intelligence could create it. Scientists have developed 2 algorithms that allow neural networks to find a way to transform fragile polymers into light, durable, and compressible substances. Artificial intelligence was able to simulate such material, with which it was possible to create a small, super compressible building block. Construction, the production of new materials, and reading thoughts are perfectly feasible tasks for a neural network. But the most difficult area, where the help of artificial intelligence is needed, is medicine. Indeed, many pathogenic bacteria and viruses mutate at a frantic speed and take on new forms, outpacing even modern technologies in their development. To solve this problem, researchers at Flinders University have created an algorithm for a neural network that looks for suitable chemical compounds among hundreds of millions of options loaded into a database. Doctors could take decades to research all of them, but artificial intelligence can quickly create the right formulas for flu vaccines. One such vaccine is already being tested on 371 volunteers. So far, the process is that first someone must set up the necessary data and algorithms on a computer and then train the neural network. However, soon, artificial intelligence will be able to independently take information from the environment. They'll be able to do this in the same way that people do, through vision. Now, many computer vision systems aren't able to independently analyze objects from the real world. They do this based on hundreds of thousands of downloaded images. But scientists from the University of California created a neural network that can independently learn from what they've seen in pictures. First, the system breaks the image into small pieces, so-called viewlets. Then the computer remembers how these different viewlets can be combined with each other, forming the necessary object. At the final stage, the neural network draws attention to other objects located in the visible area and correlates them with the primary object. A similar principle of visual learning can be observed in infants when they study the world around them. Over time, with the knowledge obtained in this way, the neural network will be able to pass it on to its offspring by inheritance. Scientists from the Free University of Amsterdam believe that there's no need to create new neural networks because you can teach them to reproduce themselves. The researchers programmed 2 robots to analyze their own code and combine it with the code of another neural network. The result was a child with artificial intelligence, which inherited all the knowledge from both parents. Thus, humanity won't need to create a neural network for each individual task. Robots will reproduce independently, and like people, will begin to master specializations and professions depending on the scope of each neural network. The main thing is that they don't associate with bad company, because it is quite likely. For example, the neural network GPT-2, developed by OpenAI, got hooked on the death metal band Cannibal Corpse and began to compose songs about the extermination of humanity. At the same time, the bot interlocutor created by Microsoft for friendly communication with young people got out of control and began to write racist insults. And the sensational robot Sophia, in 2016, announced her intention to destroy humanity. A year later, she said she was joking, although this joke made even Elon Musk himself pretty nervous. Such examples cannot yet be called a real machine revolt, but by 2040, some scientists worry artificial intelligence will be able to start a nuclear war. If nuclear weapons are equipped with artificial intelligence systems, a smart neural network may mistakenly decide that a country is in danger and then launch several nuclear warheads at the alleged enemy. But this is not the worst. About 80 countries are already developing artificial intelligence killer robots equipped with deadly weapons. Some of them are programmed with the aim of destroying a person if they present a danger. For example, if they're a terrorist, an armed criminal, or a soldier of an enemy army. However, many experts don't rule out the possibility that smart robots can consider all of humanity dangerous. Even Demis Hassabis, the founder of DeepMind, which was one of the first at the forefront of the development of artificial intelligence, also agrees that the consequences of using neural networks may be something very unexpected, including a threat to our species. However, any new technology has always been fraught with unforeseen dangers. For example, atomic energy was used both for peaceful purposes and to create weapons of mass destruction. The same risk is present in the case of artificial intelligence, but only by taking risks has mankind managed to achieve such scientific and technological progress as we have today. And in the same way, we can move forward. How do you think artificial intelligence will change our future? Will it make life easier for mankind, or will it wipe us off the face of the earth? Write in the comments. If you like my video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell so you don't miss new releases. Give it a thumbs up. and share this video with your friends. It's much more interesting to discuss these fascinating topics together.